Hey everybody, my name is Noah, welcome back to the show. I had another video recorded and yet to be edited, but I decided to record this video instead, and that video is going to come out in a later date. So I'm pretty sure all of you have heard about the Parkland shooting that happened on Valentine's Day, and the news of what happened in Parkland sort of made me think about things that I didn't really think of before. Because if you don't know, I live in Florida, and this happened in Florida. And the same thing sort of happened with the Pulse nightclub thing. But I don't go to downtown Orlando often, and I've never heard of Pulse. But with this instance, I have actually been to that school before, or at least in that area, when I was visiting a friend who actually used to go to that school. He's graduated now, he's fine. But I've been in that area before. In the past, whenever attacks like these happen, it's sort of like you never really think that this sort of thing could happen to you because it always happens somewhere else. It always happens in a place that you've never been to. It always happens in a place that you're never going to be to visit or anything like that. And when you look at these attacks statistically, it's all numbers, it's all statistics, it's all spreadsheets. And that's all we ever really see these attacks as. But when an attack like this happens at a place where you've been to before, it sort of makes you realize that this very well could happen to you, or anyone that you know. It made me realize that this could happen to me, or this could happen to someone that I care about a lot. And it made me think about things that I've never thought about before, like what if that actually happened to someone that I care about? And when you start thinking about that, it sort of brings back the humanity into these events. And it made me realize that these aren't just numbers, these aren't just statistics. Every time an attack like this happens, human lives are lost. And I was already very, very, very angry at attackers like the one in Parkland. Because obviously, they're killing people. Obviously, you are going to be very upset. But then, once you realize that it's human lives being lost, it's people, young people, that aren't able to live out their lives and do all of the things that they wanted to do, it really pisses me off. And that's mainly why I wanted to talk about this. Because whenever an attack like this happens, I've never really been like blood-boiling angry enough to talk about it. And I don't necessarily know why, because I am extremely angry when attacks like these happen, but I've never really been angry enough to talk about it on Twitter or on YouTube or anything. Now that I know, now that it's a conscious thought in my mind that when an attack like this happens, people's lives are lost. All the opportunity they had in their lives lost. My blood boils. And now looking back at all the things that happened in 2017, all the attacks that happened in 2017, I really don't understand how someone can be desensitized to this. People, young people, sometimes even kids are pulled from this earth and are killed and are robbed of any opportunity to do anything that they wanted in their lives because of evil people who just wanted to take lives for the sake of taking lives. And I know there's motive behind it. I'm not going to get into that. Because at the end of the day, these people, I don't care what their motive is. At the end of the day, these people do not deserve to live. And I'm almost glad that 90% of the time at the end of the attack, they don't. And I've never talked about this on my channel, but this is gonna sound like a leap, but bear with me. So I'm pretty sure you've all heard of Onion Boy Onision. I never talked about it on my channel, but I really can't stand him. But I remember seeing a tweet from him last year after the Manchester attack, saying something along the lines of people are only angry about this attack because they were killed violently. And that actually, it made me angry back then, but now thinking about it, it really boils my blood. Because I don't think I've ever felt more arrogance come out of a single tweet than this. I'm not angry about that attack because they died violently, cunt. I'm angry at that attack because those are people, young people, some as young as I think like 5, I believe. I don't remember the exact information, but I believe the youngest that died was 5. Young people who had an opportunity to live their lives and could have taken advantage of that opportunity and led great lives that they were fulfilled and happy with. And that was taken away from them because of some guy wearing a suicide vest. After the Parkland attack, I've gained a whole new perspective on events like these, and it just kind of pisses me off even more than it did. So yeah, I don't know what the purpose of this video was. I wanted to talk about this because I normally don't like to bring darker subjects onto my YouTube channel. I like to keep it lighthearted. I like to keep it entertaining and comedic to some extent. But after this happened, my blood was just boiling, and I could not contain my anger. So I needed to make a video talking about it. I'm gonna try and make next week's video lighthearted, but it should be a little bit more entertaining than this at the very least, because this was just my anger being conveyed on camera. Yeah, I guess if I can end this video on a positive note, just talk to people in your life. If you have anyone in your life that you truly and deeply care about, talk to them. Tell them how much you care about them. Maybe even give them a little bit of a compliment, maybe a hug. Make their day, because I know people say this a lot, but you really don't know when those people might be gone. So yeah, guys, this is Niall signing out, and have a great day.